everybody. Man, I cannot get this wire to stay behind me for the life of me. First world problems.
Yep.
Morbid obesity. And whatnot. Sunsfan here with Slack or
Yep.
Cinderin.
That's me.
Mm.
That's okay. That's an honest mistake.
You know what? He is so skinny now that
Yeah.
it's kind of resembles.
That's what you identify people by.
That's true. We're in the draft.
Slack's here.
Let's.
I'm really funny.
Let's
let's
look
watch
at the
the game.
draft. You know, you
Okay.
could screech. You could try the robot
Caw!
screech. So Quincy Crew ends up getting beat by LGD, which, you know, to be expected, as LGD is the strongest team right now by many people's opinion. And they're going to start things out with the Elder Titan Magnus does LGD, while Quincy Crew this time gets the IO Cinderin.
Yep. Interesting bans. So Monkey King Tiny are just getting banned a lot so far. That's not so surprising. But the Weaver and Shaker
10 seconds
coming out
remaining.
from LGD on the
Quincy
bans
Crew's
there,
turn.
giving away IO Gyro with the trade-off, like you said, being ET Mag. So another Elder Titan game.
You're going to be right at this rate.
We'll see. I don't actually know what the most picked hero of the tournament is right now, but Elder Titan can't be out of the top 5 at this point, I think, at least.
10
Unless it's
So-
literally only in our games.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, that's technically possible, right? Gonna ban Bat Rider. The Void very quickly being taken out by Quincy, scared of that overwhelming team fight with Void ET together with Empower, which is very scary, and something that IO Gyro kind of can play around with really
10
good relocates,
seconds
but it just
remaining.
puts you under a lot of pressure. You need to constantly be aware of skewer
5
positions.
seconds remaining.
So they'd rather just make their lives a little bit easier with this ban. There are a lot of heroes that LGD do play that pair with Mag, though. So I don't think you can ban all of them. You kind of need to pick your poison here. LGD is one of the teams that plays Anti-Mage. They play Jugger. They play Lifestealer, Slark, Ursa. Tons of different options for them against these two from Quincy.
I'm still really sad we won't see Spirit Breaker mid.
Who knows? Maybe Nothing to Say will play it.
Yeah, maybe Zhao H showed him a thing or two about the fat cow in the mid lane. I mean,
Maybe
it did look
Nothing
pretty.
to Say was like, they won in spite of you, and I will play another hero and it will be a lot easier.
I mean, when they changed the bash to do double damage, or no, it's 1.5 times damage to creeps. That just made him flash farm a little bit. Well, it's what's a lower version of flash farm, like a lower tier? Your English is better than mine.
What would you call that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yes.
What's a halfway flash?
10 seconds
A blink?
remaining.
That's more than a flash, isn't it?
Maybe.
I don't know.
5 seconds
All right,
remaining.
this
I know what you mean.
yeah.
For what
English
it's
language
worth.
is not diverse enough. It's not versatile
Needs
enough.
some more. Needs to steal some more words from France. I
That's
think.
right.
That would be a good solution.
Well, coup de grace could be in this game.
True,
With
PA. We didn't
Mag.
mention PA. Definitely a possibility as well. So I think for Quincy, what you're thinking about right now is the enemy lineup is very telegraphed, right? Mag, Elder Titan. It's massive team fight. It's 2 strength heroes. It's melee heavy.
Yeah.
I'm curious what Quincy choose to go for as a response. Options that come to
10
mind against this that
seconds
could be interesting would be something like Undying when you're playing Wisp Gyro.
5
You could
seconds
have
remaining.
a long-range strategy that is less susceptible to getting caught by this. Something like maybe an Ember for Quinn. She likes a lot. I think it's a good hero against these two. You could play Tinker, which we haven't seen yet
Yeah.
on this stream. I don't know if it's been played on the other streams. I haven't seen a draft with it in yet.
So I assume IO is going to be played by MSS, right? Position 4.
More than likely, yes.
Like his IO is pretty damn good for sure. I wasn't really. Who did he play last game again? It was. It wasn't a playmaker at all. It was Tree. Like that just doesn't feel like an MSS hero to me. I'm not saying he didn't play it well necessarily, because he did definitely had impact on the game. But he's one of those guys that can really take over a game as the 4. Like kind of, it reminds me to some degree it's like a Yapzor type, where they
Right.
can definitely take advantage of like the flashiness of a hero. IO's not the most flashy, but
Tree and Dane did either.
10 seconds
all
remaining.
right, Snapfire for LGD.
Yep.
Now you got more
5
minus armor to go
seconds
along with the
remaining.
natural order, theoretically at
More
least.
team fight.
Yeah, I mean, they have crazy team fight, actually. It's true. They have the,
ET Snapfire is a really scary lane.
yeah.
That is nasty. Assuming this Mag is likely going into the hands of Nothing to Say on mid, it's one of his best heroes, but just if you think of the natural synergy that ET and Snapfire have, like you said, there's the whole minus armor component of how hard you hit in lane, but it's also the one thing ET doesn't have when he plays off lane generally is a way of connecting. Because if you stomp, you stand still, and then you don't, like then you spend a lot of the duration on getting in. But with Snapfire, you can bypass the stomp skill point entirely and just get cookied in when you have the buff. If you get on top of anyone in that lane, you hit really damn hard. So, and Snapfire also has a bit of a slow to help you connect. So, pretty interesting.
So you're hoping for this to be a position 3 Elder?
Yes, you're right. It could also just be played by Y, right? It's just a flex pick at this point, basically, for them. But I do know Faith Beyond plays it, so I was considering that as an option just because the lane sounds really strong. But it's a fair point, right? Like, the heroes can be played in many different ways. ET could be 5 or 3. Magnus could be 2 or 3 or 5, technically. And Snap is probably the more restrictive one.
Okay.
Again.
Yeah, I don't know who else is picking Tree right now. It's still very early in TI-10 in terms of the games played, but you can tell that Quincy Crew, they value this hero very, very highly.
I feel like there's less of a good reason this game than last game. Last game I saw it more, right? Against the Lycan.
5 seconds remaining.
Here, what are you armoring against?
Well, it's the minus, well, I guess it's the damage reduction, health regen.
It's okay, but you still don't even know what the carry matchup is. What if they just pick Slark? Then Treant is not a particularly good counter to that carry because he has self-dispel every 4 seconds or whatever it is.
Is Lesh good against Slark,
6
though?
seconds. Yeah, he is.
And
so that's
Gyro
true.
with Ags eventually. Not bad against Slark.
Probably nothing to say is hero here.
Yep.
So that puts it as a Faith Beyond Magnus, unless Ame wants to try his hand at carry Magnus again, but that's been a while. I think more than likely to just put the mag off lane. Lina mid.
10 seconds remaining.
So support Elder Titan again.
Yeah, probably.
5 seconds.
Man, I don't know.
remaining.
This Treant has me confused. Like, I think this hero can be really good in the right circumstances, but I'm not sure I see the.
LGD's turn to
I mean, it could be one of those things where Quincy Crew is looking at the game state based on the scrims that they've played, and they're like, this is the type of hero that fits our style of play that we think can be very effective. It's less about other heroes being picked to counter. It's more about enabling whatever they're trying to do.
Yeah.
10
And again,
seconds
like, this is a...
You're putting Mojo on Treant, though.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
Like,
not necessarily. It could be
seconds
LOA.
remaining.
Could be a 5 Treant.
oh yeah, and then a 5. Yeah, sure. Okay. But regardless, you have a support duo that has 0 playmaking, right?
Yeah,
Like
no,
they're
that's true.
totally reliant on the cores, and now your other cores have no catch. So I think you've kind of cornered yourself with what heroes you can pick for Leslau and have a dynamic strategy where his hero
10
needs
seconds
some
remaining.
sort of way of setting up relocates or starting fights, because if you don't
5
have that,
seconds remaining.
LGD can honestly just farm, right?
How does Sand King look again this game? And that is a setup.
He's pretty good. He's one of the heroes that comes to mind.
I mean, I know just naming heroes that I've seen him play a ton of. Viper's one of them, but doesn't really fit their team this game around, or this time around.
What else would be good?
He's played some Dragon Knight in the past, but single target. Feels a little bit underwhelming. Played Axe, but that's on the old patch where the counter Helix shard was more an aggressive nature.
Yeah. Mars?
Yeah, he's played a lot of Mars, actually. That's true. Goes the Yule's build.
Not that popular right
10
now of a
seconds
hero.
remaining.
And it just leaves their lineup susceptible to
5
BKB,
seconds
right? Your
remaining.
cores are already less gyro, so
Yeah.
your damage against magic immunity is very limited.
LGD's
Okay.
Ooh, all right.
That's one we didn't consider. That is a catch. Instant pick. Terrorblade.
Now select your heroes.
Hey, you got to get shard on Vengeful Spirit, and you steal damage from TB, Cinderin.
That's true. Mag TB,
Easy
though,
counter.
not a classic Empower friend.
Well, if you get shard on Terrorblade and get empowered, you probably farm faster than meta. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah,
Like,
probably.
legit farm
do.
faster.
you do.
But that's, I mean, are you spending 1,400 gold to farm more? I don't know.
Just get second Roche, bro.
That's true. Demon Zeal, I believe it's called.
I need Quincy Crew to win me over with this Treant here. I think it's better for them to put it on LOA in general,
Yeah, I agree.
from a player perspective. But when I look at this draft, I just see a Venge that has to work, right? If Venge's game is bad, I think Terrorblade and Magnus just get to do their thing and build up, and you have a mid laner who farms ridiculously fast as well. So
yeah.
and going into later portions of the game, in TI history, when teams start playing a little bit more tight, maybe taking less risks that are high risk, high reward, heroes like Elder Titan and Magnus just start getting so much value because they're inherently good in long games that are stale. You just have Empower, you have that piercing aura for late game from Mag, and you have the team fight that is so important in general, historically speaking, at TI. That doesn't mean it's always the winning strategy, but a lot of the time, based on how players play, this kind of strategy that LGD has here is very, very strong. And all of their heroes scale, right?
Yep.
That's another thing to keep in mind. On the other side, you have Io and Treant, who are a little bit more capped, so to speak, in how far they're going to get.
For battle.
LGD's lineup scales very well. So I do favor them this time. I think draft versus draft, I like Quincy more last game, to be honest. But we'll see how much Wisp works for them. It was obviously outstanding in 2 games so far today that we've had.
Yep.
Io has been looking great.
It's just one of those heroes. Every TI.
Yeah.
That's been around, that is. I believe. Ooh, why? Okay. He's going to get Split Earth. Don't think they have any follow-up, though, so just a little chip damage at the end. Was
Faith
checking for a
Beyond
ward.
using Blink's voice line.
Oh, that's nice.
That's a bit of a throwback to Wings 2016, by many considered, in some ways, the best team of all time in Dota. For the short period of time that they were the best, they were incredible, right? And then
Don't remind me.
things
30
just broke them.
seconds to battle.
So, hey, there's no shame in losing to the best team of all time.
Uh,
If you had to lose to someone,
I mean, that's kind of an outrageous statement. The best team of all time for like 3 months. Like, how can you say that? That's so weird.
okay, the most stellar individual performance by a team ever.
Okay, like
Do you
I
agree
would
with
say the best, compared to everybody else, the best team of all time was probably Na'Vi through the first 3
Navi
TIs.
TI1?
TI 1 through
The
3.
battle begins.
They were the most
I
dominant
guess
team.
so. Okay.
First, second, second.
I know what you mean.
I mean, that's the way that I would categorize like best of all time. You know.
Yeah, it depends what it is you're looking at, right? Is it the result itself, or is it the way in which the team did it, where it felt like Wings were untouchable in the sense of like strategy and draft and the way that they played around each other? It felt like nobody found the counter, you know, at any point. Whereas Na'Vi, at TI1, they were definitely unstoppable. And then in the next 2, people did find solutions, right, eventually. But
Yeah.
they were definitely
I can
outstanding
see what you're saying. I mean, I disagree vehemently, of course, but you know, respectfully. So
That's better than usual.
Yeah, that's true.
All right.
So Leslau and LOA together. So I wanted to ask you about this because a lot of the games that I've seen of the Vengeful Spirit offlane, this was before some of the small nerfs that she had, were basically LGD, right? It was Faith Beyond just spamming this in games, and he would have consistently terrible laning stages, consistently, and then he would dominate once he gets
Right.
Ags. Treant is a really good laner. Does that like help that in some regards to get off to a better start, or is it? Am I looking too into it?
I don't know if they're favored in the lane, just because of how strong ET is. And Terrorblade, when he hits level 2 and level 3, Reflection plus Metamorphosis is hard to fight into.
Yeah.
But I definitely think, like, if you're a Quincy fan here, you want to hope for it. Like, this is the guy to watch, is Leslau. Like, I think Venge needs a good start. Some of the LGD games where Faith Beyond has been off to a rough start, I think the rest of the way the lineups have been rounded out could compensate better than this Quincy lineup.
Oof.
Leslau is taking a
Yeah,
beating.
that is a lot of damage. Has to pop his Fairy
going
Fire.
Stomp.
Why? Echo Stomp will connect. There's the Astral Spear for a little bit of vision. And First Blood the way of LGD. Elder Titan is, so far in the couple games that we've seen, Cinderin, looking extremely good on many different levels.
Yep.
And all Ame had to do was one reflection. He basically did nothing else.
Yeah. Elder Titan is a beastly hero in these kind of lanes. Mid lane, Quinn against Nothing to Say looks very even. I think this is a slightly Lina favored lane. Not an expert on the matchup by any means, but Lina generally fares well against other ranged heroes. She outranges them, and she has the good mana economy just like Leshrac does for pushing out the wave. And then bottom lane, you've got the Gyro IO against Magnus Snap, where I think, again, both teams are probably going to farm here. Maybe slight advantage IO Gyro. Really nice clutch stomp skill point there.
Yeah.
Coming out.
So in terms of getting off to a good start, is it really important for any specific lineup? You know what I mean? Like,
I know what you mean.
do you need to snowball from either side? I guess it's more from Quincy Crew's perspective because we assume LGD will be in the game.
I feel like Quincy's
the
lineup's
most
on a
part.
timer. There should, if things go well, there should be portions of the game and situations where their lineup's just better. Like when big cooldowns are in play, for example, if RP is down and meta is down, their lineup is insane
Right.
for a while. But come late game, I will definitely like the Dire lineup. They look so insane late game. Like it has everything you want, except the save, I guess.
LOA getting beat down again. I mean, it's not often you see a Treant Protector getting bullied by another melee hero.
It's not that good of lane matchup for the Treant. That's the problem. It's Treant is slow, so what you usually rely on in the lane is just being strong enough to fight back. ET.
Yeah. Nope, you see the
hammers you.
grasp?
Right. Together,
Yeah.
you can do it.
It's the Echo Stomp off, though. Connects onto both. And why? Ooh! He takes a little bit more damage from that grasp, but it's not going to be enough to take him out completely.
Nice tranquil boost.
At least forces him out if you're from Quincy Crew's perspective here. And we'll see what comes to be with Leslau's Venge. As, ooh, he's actually walking inside the grasp completely. A nice Echo Stomp again from Y. Mitigating a little bit of damage towards his carry, Ame. And looking at the mid matchup, nothing to say versus Quinn. Wow, 23-10 to 15-5. So nothing to say is having himself a great time right now. You said it was slightly favored for Lina, but maybe a little bit more so than this game, at least, than you were expecting.
Well, how much is he ahead by? This is not a slight win. That is true.
Well, more so than, yeah. Gonna take out these creeps and nothing to say, just playing very aggressive right now.
He's playing the lane super well.
A little bottle refill from
Yeah.
LOA. Wait, oh, okay, we had nothing to say clicked, so I thought he screwed it up horribly. Not another Ice Blast, Cinderin. We can't have that performance. But yeah, I wish we did like post-game interviews, even in group stage, because I'd be really interested to know like the Treant pick. Obviously, they wouldn't say anything, I guess.
Yeah, so that would be a great interview, huh?
Yeah, it's always a good interview. So, give us some strategy as to why you're doing this, some reasoning. Sorry, I can't say. All right, thanks for coming.
Yeah.
That's every Envy interview that's ever been recorded. Everything else has been deleted by his request.
Probably 50-50 whether he took the interview to begin.
Yeah, true.
All right, they're going in on top. Good
Yeah.
damage. All right, one attack. It
Thanks
looked
for
like
the
they
call.
were-
You should be a play-by-play cast.
Looked like they were going to commit more, but I thought they were going to go because meta was ready and everything, but nah, they're just farming.
Yep.
It's just creating a wall in front of Terrorblade to allow him to continue to build.
Yep.
And
Nice
honestly,
word here from Y.
right, hotkeys. Oh, TeamSpeak. All right.
Man, even they use TeamSpeak. Huh.
I think it's actually the default at TI.
Oh, is it?
I want to say.
They don't use Roger Wilco?
No.
We should look into that.
They do drink Royal Rogers though.
Do they?
TI, yeah.
I
Absolutely.
haven't found any grenadine in
That would
Romania.
be nice though. I could do that.
Could we get a request for some grenadine?
How
Just
is it that every tournament we cast, we always end up talking about drinks? Like, it's actually, it doesn't matter.
well, because you are obsessed with starters and drinks, as you call them.
It's always you bringing it up first.
That's not true.
It is actually true.
Can we get an instant replay of this conversation to see who brought it up first? But yeah, this.
Can't stand the sound of my own
are
voice.
you-
Please don't do that.
I know that LGD is favored in this matchup, but if you're from Quincy Crew's perspective, are you okay with the beginning of this game? Mid
It's
is
all right.
a bit behind right now, but aside from that,
Yeah, it's okay. This is in no way like super defining for the game. You've got Venge, a decent start. It's not flawless, it's not amazing, but it's fine. Gyro's farm is okay. Like you said, Lesh is losing by a little bit, but it's not like a travesty in any of the lanes. I think it's fine. What is really defining for the game for me is what happens around minute 15 to 20, because that's when Quincy Crew can... Oh, Lina stun. No rune lock here for nothing to say.
Yeah.
I was here.
well,
Not connecting.
not enough
So
move speed.
the reason for me is Q is going to deny the rune here. That is... Oh, they're actually...
Wow, nothing to say.
No.
Actually gets it.
He got it anyway
Wow.
from TPing. So, the tricky thing for Quincy Crew is to, when they have Leshrac levels and Venge levels, is to take advantage of Metamorphosis and RP being on cooldown to not necessarily just take towers, but also to invade and take away farm from Terrorblade. Oh, take
Yeah,
damage
magic
here.
Missile. Another Echo Stomp, but LOA does a nice job of sidestepping, but either way, TP has come in the form of Jin Q, and they're going to turn this around onto LOA himself. Good attempt on the juke, but still going to get connected onto that cookie. Leslau trying to TP out, but dies, so lose the TP now in terms of the cooldown. Great turnaround again from LGD. They just seem to be everywhere on the map. Feels like they're really good at capitalizing on these really small mistakes.
Feels like they're really good.
Like, I think Quincy Crew is a really good team, but again, small sample size. It's a game and 7 minutes now. LGD has made them look like 2 tiers below them.
That's a little bit harsh. 1 tier, maybe.
Depends on how many tiers. I have like 20 tiers in my head.
Yeah, well, then 2 tiers isn't very much.
All right, let's
so what are they? Are LGD tier 20 and Quincy are tier 18, or?
That's a good question. Wait, is 20 good?
I don't know, you said, well, I guess that's true. Tier 1 and tier 3 then?
Yeah.
Who's tier 20? JJ?
Cinderin.
Oh.
Any Cinderin stack.
Wow, what a setup.
Yep. You set yourself up for that one,
What
buddy.
an absolute lie.
True.
All right.
All right, another attempt to go onto Ame right now. Yeah, he does have Sunder, and will use it onto LOA.
He baited so long. He's
LOA
getting the
is
kill.
actually going to drop. My goodness, it's like they're playing with their food here. And Ame likes to eat greens. He's a vegetarian. Uh-oh. Yawar is in a lot of trouble. Gets bursted down by Nothing to Say, making his first transition of the game.
RP ready.
Oh, RP onto 2. Doesn't have mana to skewer, but the damage is there with the Echo Stomp to follow. Nice space created. His Faith Beyond not going to go down to the Pulse Nova as Y attempting to catch Quinn, who still has that Pulse Nova going. One more right click is not enough. So Quinn will survive at the very least, but they have lost 2 in this little mini engagement. Feels like LGD is just getting whatever they want. 3K net worth lead at 8.5 minutes. You have the Astral Spirit coming out again.
If this Stomp connects, Quinn's dead.
Uh-oh. Yeah, it's going to cancel the salve to start things out, but here
Good
comes the homie
missile.
missile. Yawar is in the vicinity. Nice cookie, going to keep things at bay, but the Echo Stomp Quinn is just going to get bursted down with the right clicks. Y is already resigned to his death. Nothing to Say trying to live here as Yawar gets off the flat cannon. There's the Fairy Fire. MSS giving a little extra movement speed so Yawar can find this kill with the Rocket Barrage. It looks like it's going to be enough. Finally, they get a value kill, but it's going to cost them 2. And Yawar with the call down, not going to do too much here. Actually taking quite a bit of damage from Jin Q and company. It feels like
with the Dominator creep.
Quincy Crew is getting trades, but not always the best.
I mean that
one was
that
the
was
best
good
so
though.
far.
That was pretty good. They pulled back a little bit of the disadvantage that they're facing, but yeah, Quinn dying obviously sucks for them there. Does get back to business in mid though, cleaning out that wave and gonna go and take some jungle farm as well. But this Stomp is so important. That Stomp not connecting is 3 kills instantly, basically for Quincy, and no losses. So
I think you're going to be wrong about Elder Titan be the most picked. I think he will start to get banned consistently.
It is a possibility that he starts getting banned, but you are still seeing these Tiny and Monkey King bans, for example, that are really important. And with IO also looking strong,
Yep.
you got to give something, right?
True. LSA into the Guna Blade. Quinn will live, though. Nothing to Say. He's just gonna get the regen rune as a reward for not getting the kill. Yeah, it feels like they're just getting away with everything right now. 8-3
Ame
advantage.
has totally free space, and they also are running a Max Empower Magnus, who went Helm of the Dominator, so even more wave push, even more farm potential. A cute little play they did earlier was cookieing the Dominated Creep. That's obviously a play they have.
Yep.
Similar to last game, they have their position 4 play around the Dom Creep, one way or another. That time it was with IO, and now it's with the Snap, so pretty cool. Coming out from LGD to find those moves.
Yeah, it looks like Leslau is going straight from treads into Ags.
Mid tower.
And not a big surprise as the tier 1 tower will be given
Quincy
up.
Crew is losing a lot of ground right now. This is not good. Like, even if you get this top tier 1, you are playing against a lineup that scales exceptionally well. And now this is going to be
This is with a tree.
Stack.
This is with a tree on your team.
Yep. Triple stack here for Ame. I believe some of it might have been stacked by the Radiant, actually.
I would assume.
Stacked by IO. It's going to take it all.
Yeah. Not looking particularly good. So, what is their power spike from Quincy Crew's side? You have Yule's being built by Quinn. I mean, that's not a game-breaking item. I mean, it's great, obviously, but It's not like a BKB on a core that allow you to do
What's the
stuff.
perfect timing? Gyro with Maelstrom and Ags or BKB, then Venge also has Ags, and Lesh has Yule's BKB maybe?
So quite a ways away.
Yeah, it could have been an earlier one, but now that they've lost the early game as much as they have, I don't know if there is one before that. But I don't know, I kind of feel like you're conceding too much ground if you just start farming now, right? Like,
Yeah.
you're going to get out-farmed, so yeah, maybe your timing is there, but the enemy team's just going to have more.
Dire's
So maybe it's now, honestly. Like, maybe you need to try to find a fight, but you're obviously terrified of the
Echo
RP.
Stomp from Y only connects onto 1 this time. Quinn trying to burst him down, but oh my god, Laguna Blade comes out. The Split Earth misses completely, but the Overgrowth is there. They finally take out Y. Now nothing to say. He's going to get homing missiled with that Rocket Barrage, doing so much damage. 2 big value kills for Quincy crew. Looks like Leslau died on the top lane.
Yeah,
Feels
got
like there's
RP'd.
always a trade of some sort, but they'll still take that one.
Got RP'd into Snapfire
Dire's middle
comboed, so.
tower is under
But yeah, that's good for Quincy. I think Snapfire's probably going to ult here to defend the tower. Xingqiu is getting in a very defensive position here and making it rain.
Yeah. That was to kill 3
Radiant's
creeps
top
and
tower
force the
is
enemies
under
back.
attack.
Not too bad. Pretty low cooldown ult as well. You can see the nice sidestep from Quinn. I mean, the Echo Stomps have been really the saving grace for the most part for LGD, but this time around didn't
Great
work out.
overgrowth.
Yeah, and this time, like last game you were talking about Yawar on the Terrorblade, not in position. This time, obviously with Io, makes it a little easier.
Right.
But still, they're on time.
For sure. Still very far behind on the CS though. Io Gyro generally keeps up with Terrorblade, but there is a decent CS distance of about 25. But at least Fire, like you said, involved in kills, which helps
Yeah.
quite a bit.
So maybe the power spike, if they want to fight soon, is the Ags on Leslau. It's such a,
Yeah.
it feels
It is
just
very, very
so good.
I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing them going again here when they have call down ready, just because they know there's no RP, right?
Okay.
Like, there was a moment of opportunity right now if you wanted to rock and roll. You have everything ready. The enemy team doesn't. You have relocate. But your waves, right? Lena's pushing out mid. Bottom lane is pushed in. And there's this pesky Dominator creep just taking care of top together with Magnus. So you're like, your moments of opportunity are pretty short. You've got to be on top of it.
Altair there from Leslau, scouting out Ame. Still only level 1 swap, so range is not anything to write home about. Quinn's going to set things up for himself, but a TP coming in. Can they kill the creep on time? They do. Faith Beyond is going to get skewered into his death. Looks like they're going to get a double kill for Quinn, so TP's perhaps... I believe he killed the creep that he was TPing from Lena, right? So could have been...
Dire's top
Right.
tower
That
is
was...
under
I'm not
attack.
sure if they had Fortify for that, actually. Do they still have Fortify? They do.
But that was... I don't think that was intended for nothing to say, right? He has travels. He probably wanted to click the tower and then click the creep by mistake, I'm guessing. Might have been a blessing in disguise.
Yeah.
Judging from how that went for Elder Titan, I don't know how well it would have gone for Lena either. Good move again from Quincy, though. They're starting to close the gap a little bit. Now they're 3k behind. It was 5k just a few minutes ago. So it helps stem the bleeding a little bit. But the one guy who is not getting accounted for at all is Terrorblade, and that is a scary hero to give a perfect game to. You would think intuitively that Leshrac could be a pretty good hero against Terrorblade because of his ability to kill illusions. The problem is Terrorblade's damage just gets too overwhelming too fast. It's one of the heroes that can just, when he has the Scotty, he can just pop meta and just stand his ground and deliver.
Yeah.
And even with an IO Treant, I'm not sure if Quinn can tank that damage, at least not with his current build. He's gone Yules and he's queuing up a Blink Dagger. Not too sure how big a fan I am of that.
Huh.
I think he needs more health.
Uh-oh. Quinn might be in some trouble here. There's the meta with Jin Q on the sideline with that beautiful old Mortimer's Kiss as Faith Beyond actually cancels the RP knowing he doesn't need it.
Radiant's bottom tower is
But a
under attack.
pretty free kill for LGD is LOA. He's going to dodge the LSA and will live as a result. But the tier 2 tower looking like it'll fall.
Radiant structures are fortified.
The overwhelming amount of heroes here from LGD. The question is, will there be a trade here? It looks like, yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower
Going to
is
say
under attack.
Y in position.
Dire's top tower is under
Echo
attack.
Stomp to start things out. And here comes a TP from Nothing to Say.
Oh, they're going to
Double
lose Wisp
TPs.
for
In
this.
fact, oh, the LSA is actually going to connect.
Oh, he
Oh, he did tether him! Oh, Yawar's going to die as a result. Oh my goodness, that is truly unfortunate. I'm not
Wait.
sure if Tether was on cooldown or
Oh,
something.
okay. So I think what they were trying to do, I didn't see the bottom half here, right? But MSS relocated bottom, and I think the call was, all right, they're going on us top, so if we relocate bottom, we can outnumber them in that fight. And then he realized his relocate
okay.
position was bad, so he didn't bring the gyro because they would have died together there. You see him instantly dying bot if you're looking at the minimap here. So,
okay, so
like,
either way they were dead.
yeah, they were kind of just screwed and just, again, outplayed, right? It's this move just... LGD's just better right now.
Yep.
It's just what it is.
Well, it is the first game of the entire tournament for both of the, or first series, I should say.
Yep.
So a lot of room to grow. And I mean, we've seen, like I've had experience with this firsthand with DC. Getting
Absolutely.
off to just
Yeah,
a couple
yeah.
games, like one turnaround game that builds momentum, you can become something that you never thought was possible. Cinderin is Quinn's gonna get brought down again.
He just doesn't survive.
LOA.
Like, he just dies.
Doing a pretty good job of juking this game. But not able to really protect the buildings as he was hoping for. It's level 4 living armor right now.
Ame's about to complete Scotty.
Dire structures are fortified.
Yep, that's a pretty good timing. 18 minutes.
Oh my god, he is so farmed.
Yeah.
Treads, Yasha, Falcon Blade, Scotty, Wand, 18 minutes.
Radiant's
Pretty
middle
good.
tower has
Well, that is,
That's free farm.
yeah. That is free farm.
Well, Aghanim's Scepter is online, though, for Leslau.
And he's getting
so-
level 12 now. See, this is where we were talking about, okay, now's the time, right? You got the Axe, you got the 12 on Venge.
Yeah.
The problem is your Lesh just died twice and has no tankiness. And the enemy team's Terrorblade just got the Scotty.
There's the
complete.
baby swap,
Grab
still level
something.
1. Y looks like he'll be end up being taken out here. Gets off his ult, but Quincy Crew gets something, finally. And that should be level 12 for Leslau, so
I don't think they're getting this tower for free, though. Faith Beyond is set up for a Blink Skewer. Oh, they find Venge on the side.
Yeah. The call down's coming down with the magic missile to set it up. There's Faith Beyond with the skewer onto the other side of the tree line, but the BKB, he can't get off Sunder. That's a huge kill for Quincy Crew as Jin Q now getting chased by Yawar. Laguna Blade was there. Leslau trying to focus onto Nothing to Say. Still in his, that's his illusion now. It has a health bar, so it looks like a hero now, Cinderin.
All right, nice from Quincy there.
Absolutely.
Getting a very good isolation on the Terrorblade.
Up. Magic missile into swap. Nothing to Say gets off the LSA, but again, that's just the death illusion thingy from Vengeful Spirit, whatever the hell the name actually is, Cinderman. They killed the homing missile. Oh,
That's BKB.
Yules. Yeah, BKB is popped finally, as you are. Not doing a ton of right-click damage at this point. Relies a lot on the magic for now, but either way, they will be very happy with this, and Leslau will
sure.
spawn back onto his Vengeful Aura Spirit guy.
Absolutely crucial there that there's nothing for Ame to sunder. Magnus skewered away all the other heroes, and then Gyro just runs into Terrorblade with BKB on.
Yeah.
So didn't have a valid target, Ame, and that's big. That's a decent swing for Quincy. They're gonna need more of that. The bad news for them is that RP wasn't used, so there's still the threat of a potential fight. But obviously they know meta is not online, so perhaps that's enough for them to fancy a move.
Oh man, that's the horn toss. The shard from Faith Beyond picked up. And it's going to be an easy one on Leslau, but again, that's his illusion coming out. Already at half HP though. And they're going to expend more resources to make sure that he is brought down forever. And by forever, I mean 40 seconds, which I guess is not that long, Cinderin.
Correct.
It's not forever. So Blink Dagger was picked up, like you said, from Quinn. We'll talk about that in just a second, but this was the original kill onto Ame.
So watch the skewer force away all the other heroes that he could have sundered, right?
Yeah.
And Yawar immediately identifies this is a kill opportunity because of that. Gets in there.
That's true. As we have a smoke now from PSG LGD. Yeah, so talk to me again. I know you weren't too happy with the Blink Dagger being
Radiant's
built by
courier
Quinn.
has been
Is it
killed.
just for the split pushing capability?
Perhaps I'm thinking if you were concerned about the catch, so you want Blink Yules, your Venge just got Axe. She doesn't mind swapping someone and trading lives.
Yeah.
It's a good outcome. a lot
Well,
of the
she's going to
time.
get horn tossed again into the skewer, into the ridiculous lockdown. So many stunts to speak of. LSA is there as well. With the overgrowth to help out from LOA. Going to take a Laguna Blade, and the Mortimer Kiss is going to be enough to take him out. So a double kill for Jin Q of all heroes. As the ET ult does go off, but not to much avail. So they lose, do lose Faith Beyond though. So.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And again, if you're Leslie, you don't mind dying necessarily. And they can continue on now. Little taste of PSG LGD's medicine with the Avenge.
Yeah.
And Roche is up. All right, I do have to ask, it's 20%, but the Ven Shard, how good is it against Terrorblade? It's base armor, I believe, and base damage stolen, right?
It's strong.
Would that not be something that you prioritize?
I think you should buy it over Yasha, but
It feels like it's the best, like that and Morphling are the two best heroes
it's
together.
steals. It's not just that you get, they lose, right? So that is how it works, right?
Yes.
Based on the wording. Okay. Yeah. Then I definitely think so. It's very good against Terrorblade.
Okay. There's the smoke from Quincy Crew this time.
Does it also lower the base damage of the illusions? I'm assuming it only steals damage from me.
It says enemy hero, so I assume not.
Alright, Quincy are scouted. This is not happening.
Yeah. But ET ult is down, and they know this, Cinder, and that's a huge deal.
There's
Mortimer's
RP
Kisses
and meta. Timing?
Getting
They
quite
might
low.
actually be fast
BKB
enough.
from Ame. There's the Howl to get some more reduction onto the armor. Yuar pops the BKB, and they get the Aegis successfully. They want to fight now. Looks like Leza's going to be taken out back into his illusion form. You have nothing to say with the BKB along with Ame. You can see Io taking everybody out for now. But the Mortimer's Kiss is from afar. Yuar is in some trouble. He does have Aegis, but he's going to get completely surrounded. Now with no relocate, I'm not sure if there's going to be a save, Cinderin. Yuar is just going to get bursted down by PSG LGD. No swap in vicinity here for Quincy Crew. So at the very least, they take the Aegis theoretically away from PSG LGD.
Yeah.
But it does cost them.
That is costly, but it could have been so much worse. Oh, he thought the tether went on top of the high
Faith
ground.
Beyond pulling an Arteezy. Perhaps something that we'll see in the future in this tournament.
Unlike him, he had a way to get down, though.
That's true. Oh, all right. Earth Splitter. Very pretty. Just wants to show the particle effects. MSS pretty deep. I mean, this is a kind of a cool little
They
thing
really
here.
want to find something here.
Tether
They're
up
finally going to find
into-
MSS.
All right. This is taking so long, though. Even if they end up finding him, space definitely created. Tether up in 2 seconds again. Can MSS do it again? Tree in the trees, believe it or not. Tower, not going to be enough to take him out. MSS.
Is under attack.
We have 3 seconds on Tether. Can he do it again? No. Horn Toss is the counter to Io. Unbelievable. That took 35 seconds or something. Just going to claim that that's true.
And usually you would call that insane space, but I still think the LGD heroes that wanted to farm were just farming. Like, Terrorblade and Lina weren't there.
Yeah.
So it didn't really do anything.
It was entertaining. That
Yep,
did something.
That it was.
It's all about entertaining the masses, Cinder, and that's all that really matters.
Very true.
All right, so 11K net worth lead for LGD at this point. Looks like Lotus is going to be picked up pretty soon. Oh, Leslau showing himself. There's
Good
the
swap.
swap into the magic missile. Mortimer's Kisses from afar again, but there's the horn toss. Oh, Quinn's in a lot of trouble. Has to self-use and likely just be brought down in quick succession here. A 2-for-1, but the illusion remains for Leslau, but not for long. A couple more right clicks will do it. And LGD just continuing their dominance. They've come to play, Cinderin.
I wonder if they're going to high ground with this. I guess not. They just take top tier 1, maybe tier 2. They have 30 seconds. The top tower is almost dead, so very quick push here from Nothing to Say. It's gone. Jeez. We didn't even talk about Empower on Lina, but that's also dirty, actually. Lina has so much attack speed that just getting that extra base damage is really, really nice.
By the way, going Lincolns again. This one makes a lot more sense, though, obviously, with Swap.
Yeah.
Still, not an item we see that often. We're seeing it 2 games in a row. That's kind of strange.
It's a different player this time, though, right?
That's true. But
This game was on
just in general.
It is. I think it's very solid, this game. against the Venge.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
No, still not queuing up the shard on Leslau. Maybe there's something we don't understand about how good it is. It just sounds good in theory, but maybe in practice, meh. But when it comes to base damage, it's like Tiny, Terrorblade, Morphling are the three that I think of immediately.
Absolutely.
Uh-oh. Jin-Q gets off the cookie, into the horn toss, into the skewer, into the echo stop, into everything! Leslau's dead twice! Twice! Just trying to hype up these deaths a little bit. Tier 2 tower is going to fall.
Technically, every time you kill Venge like that, it's a double kill. So
That is kind of true. You don't get gold for it, do you? Actually, do you? I can't remember.
no, the illusion gives nothing.
Oh, Yules into the split earth with the overgrowth to follow. Nice counter that BKB, so Quincy Crew able to get something, but it's going to cost them their racks. Not a fair trade, at least not where I come from, which is very low MMR. And Ame's just going to continue on to the mid lane.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, I mean, it's something. I don't think you could have defended that lane anyway, honestly, without Venge. It's just too important for Quincy that Venge is alive so they can set something up that's meaningful. So at least finding Delina there is something. But once again, just similar to game number 1, they're just outclassed, right?
Yeah.
There is just a gap here between these two teams in this series at least.
Leslau gets off a swap. Ame, obviously the kill that they would really want, but he pops his BKB and meta and just focuses on Leslau. That's death number 1 and death number 2. So no more for him as RP onto 2. Skewer back into the arms of Ame. He's actually resetting as the Elder Titan ult, just decimating amount of damage. My god, 3 dead now. As it looks like Quinn is next on the list, and this might be close to GG territory. LGD looking prime for a 2-0 series win. As apparently Jin-Q gets a triple kill.
Beautiful spell casting in that fight. You're going to see here, so this is the start of it, right? Pretty straightforward for Ame. He's just going to Manta BKB and fight the Venge. But what comes here is what's really beautiful. This RP combo that he finds. So RP on 2, Skewer into Earth Splitter, which they make the gap there.
With the cookie setting it up.
With the cookie.
Yeah.
This is just perfect.
It looks like the Ancient's about to die, by the way. Yep, that is definitely the Ancient. Let's see if they can hold on a little bit longer. Nice overgrowth, Quinn. Pulse Nova is going to work, but it's not going to be nearly enough as PSG LGD take a 2-0 victory in this series versus Quincy Crew. And they look as advertised, a.k.a. the best in the world, potentially.
They barely